Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic is the Anunnaki Unveiled. There has been a renewed interest in the Anunnaki, who are Sumerian gods that came from another planet. That planet is Nibiru. And the patriarch of those gods is Anu, or the sky deity. And from them, you have Ea, his son, or Enki, and Enlil, two sons that went to war against each other. And also, there's been many people that are included in that pantheon, such as Marduk, Inanna, who is also known as Isis or Aset, and you have Nergal. Now, the reason for them coming to Terra or Earth was for minerals that were absent from their planet. And in order to get that, they would have to basically do a lot of grunt work, which they really were not in love with. So what was the solution to that? The solution was to create a so-called primitive worker. The first attempt, when they were using genetic manipulation or gene splicing, they did create someone, but it lacked the intelligence to do the task. And we have to remember, in any mythology, there's always an element of truth. So what happened with that is that this led to so-called centaurs, minotaurs, etc. The second attempt, they got it right. And this led to the origination of human beings. Now, Ea or Enki and Enlil, they were brothers and they were rivals. Enki was the older brother, and he felt that certain things he was more entitled to, and he was a scientist as well. The only problem was, and it never fails in most cosmologies, is that they had the same father, but they had different mothers. So they had really went to war against each other. And this is what led to the conflict that happened in Kemet or Egypt. And that can be found in the book by Zecharia Sitchin, The Wars of Gods and Men. And as far as what started it all, as far as coming here, a book you can get is called The 12th Planet. It was written by Sitchin as well, 1976. And you can get that online. The 12th Planet is the name of the book. So they existed in Sumeria, but they also were among the Akkadians, the Babylonians, and they were reputed to even be in Atlantis. Now, here's the scholastic dilemma. Some of what Sitchin had put forth has either been questioned or just flat out debunked. The only reason he got away with certain stuff is because it was a book by Eric von Daniken called Chariots of the Gods. So Sitchin was allowed to get away with a lot of stuff because people were focused on that controversial information. And then there also was a book called Gods of Eden. That's out there. So the whole purpose of them coming from Nibiru to the planet Earth was for minerals and resources. So they created so-called human beings to do the work. And there's also an author whose books I used to get as well, named Steve Canada. His assertion is that Enlil is none other than Yahweh. I repeat, Enlil is alleged to be Yahweh. So also in the book War Between the Gods or whatever, Enki is Thoth. In Mexico, he's known as Quetzalcoatl. So the whole purpose of them coming here, they gave technology, they created human beings, and then they would leave. And they said that they would come back maybe every 500 to 1,000 years to check up on the progress of so-called mankind. Some of the crop circles that you see, those are by the Anunnaki. Some are made by the military, and some are actual crop circles from the so-called Sumerian gods. And that's why when people work with the Necronomicon, you are working with the gods from Sumeria, who are interrelated to the Anunnaki. So again, if you want to do further research, you can get the Gods of Eden, you can get the 12th Planet, you can get a book that touches on Thoth or Quetzalcoatl or Enki, that is the Lost Realms, you can get those books. And there's, like I said, renewed interest on it. And Zachariah Sitchin, even when he knew certain things was coming, it's easy to question him now because Zachariah Sitchin's been dead since 2010. So it's easy to really question that stuff. But one thing that we do know for a fact, in every civilization, they have spoken about extraterrestrials or beings from another dimension. That's something no scientist can debunk, period. So no, the Anunnaki are not from here. They are from Planet X or Nibiru. And they have, like I said, Marduk, Inanna, Enlil, Dumuzi, who Dumuzi is supposed to be Asar or Osiris. They have Tammuz. So they have a pantheon as well. And can you work with them magically? Yes, you can work with them via the Necronomicon. But there is renewed interest. You just have to be careful when you're doing your research. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.